This boat is shaking and it won't reach top speed. Hey, welcome to ToolSpecs. So I have a Seadoo boat and have to replace the wear ring. As you can see, in order to do that, there's a few things that you have to remove from your boat. Pretty much the whole jet assembly. First thing to remove is the rod for the bucket, which is this one here. It's with a 10 mil. Then you're also using a 10 mil for the other rod, which move the direction of your jet. After that, there's a cotter pin. Then when you remove the cotter pin, then you can take this cap. That's to hold that cable from moving back and forth. After you do this, you remove those bolts out of here. There's 4 bolts. They are Allen head bolts, 6 millimeter. After they're out of there, you can just grab the whole assembly, slide it out. Now this is kind of in 2 parts, but it comes out together. The next thing you have to do is remove this cone here. The 3 bolts are also Allen head and they're using 5 millimeter. Take this assembly off. There is 4 bolts back here. They're using 11/16 to remove them. After you remove all this, you're almost there. So to replace your wear ring, my impeller is good. There's no trouble with it. No scuff edge or sharp edge or nick into the impeller. But you're still supposed to remove the impeller in order to remove your ring. And I tried different ways. There is actually no way that you can be able to remove it without cutting into the whole piece. But in order to remove the impeller, everybody, even the AI online, will tell you you need the special tool that fit those spline, and then after that you can have a wrench on this side and an Allen key on this side to remove that bolt that hold your impeller in place. Well, the Allen is 12 millimeter, and I'm going to tell you that you don't need the special tool for this. You already have the tool. Now, in order to remove your impeller, just use your shaft at the back here. So mount your jet back on. Now you can put the bolt if you want to. Now all you need is your 12 mil Allen socket. You just put this in the back here. The one that I'm using, actually you can use a ratchet into it, or you can use a socket. And the socket I need for it is 17 mil. Use your shaft on your boat in order to hold it for you so you can back it up. Now I can remove it. Now as you can see, my impeller is loose. I can just grab the impeller and slide it out of here. Just like so. Now we're ready to remove our wear ring. You can see that mine had lots of scuff damage and a nice ring into it. The best way to do this is to try to do a cut into the side of it so it can kind of fold together. And while we're doing all of this, I have the new ring into the freezer to try to shrink it a little bit. Just passing a knife like this is good enough into the material, because as you can see, my blade goes right through that ring here. So you don't need special tools, and I wouldn't use special tools into it because you might actually just damage the housing itself, and that's gonna cause trouble. A little knife like this, even if you go against the housing, shouldn't damage anything. And just keep trying to pass into your same groove over and over until you're pretty much right through. Okay, now I think we're right through. Grab vice grip, move it aside like this, put the screwdriver in, and see if it's gonna crack it open. Okay, so not yet, but at least now I got some pressure on there, so I'm gonna see as soon as I cut through this enough, then it should open up. Now after you go through the whole thing, and the ring folds in half like this, and it's super easy to remove. Now if you want, I did little scratches at the bottom here. You can always grab a little sandpaper and buff that out. Now if you need it too and your bearings started to go, like, you can move everything and feel if there's little spot where it's kind of catching or something. Mine feels smooth, but it's just a snap ring that holds it in here, and then you'll have to push it back this way, so you would have to push this bolt out or that shaft out, and then you can replace your bearing. I'm just doing the wear ring, so all we have to do is just clean up the side of this, and now we're ready for assembly. Alright, it's working. I just had to freeze the ring a little bit longer for it to work. Let the ring freeze overnight, because I tried to freeze it for just an hour and it didn't work yesterday. Now we're almost done putting everything back together, so the wear ring is the hardest part to put. Now don't forget, mine actually fell off and it was still on the shaft into the boat, but you need to put this adapter here and screw it on into the back of your impeller. So before you do that, there's an O-ring in here, so just use some lubricant and lube it up, or you can use some grease too. Those are left-hand thread, but before you put this on, just grease up the spline of your impellers. Don't need to put too much grease, just a little bit. Just so that stuff is nice and free and easy to put back together and remove for the next time. And what this adapter does at the end of your impeller is actually keeping the grease in there and stopping it from being able to get flush by the water pressure as you're driving your boat down the river or lake or ocean. After you get this all greased up, now you can put your piece back on. Those threads turn the opposite way. So I think I already mentioned that. Now we're just gonna set our impeller in here and start screwing it in a little bit to that bolt at the bottom, just by twisting it like that. So it's not making any noise, it's spinning freely, so that means that it's nice and square into our ring, and our ring is installed properly. Now we just have to go and set this on the boat again. I'll make sure you prep the pump and all the area where the surface is meeting with the other area. Clean this up. Now we're ready to put our gasket. This gasket here comes with the lip like this that's curved, that's at the top, and the bigger lip inside goes at the bottom because it catches onto this groove here. Now that our gasket is back in, you can grab some silicone spray and actually lube it up. That's gonna help to make it slide way easier in place. On the spot that the venturi O-ring are gonna sit, I put a little bit of grease on there. One thing that I forgot to mention is that bolt that hold the impeller in place, I put a little bit of blue Loctite on it. Just like so. We're just gonna put our bolt in. I'm also going to put a little bit of blue Loctite on all of them. Before I put too much torque on them, I'm going to stir them in diagonal until they're all sitting, and then after that we can rattle them a little bit. Now we can do our nut. Put all our impeller in place. I just added a little bit of grease around that bolt and the bearing in here, and we're ready to put our cone back on. And just tap it on with the mallet. When it gets pretty close, and you can put your bolt back in. It's Allen key 3/16 for this. I'm also just going to put a little touch of blue Loctite on all of them. I'm also going to put a little touch of grease into those venturi hole here. Well, not in the hole, but around the edge where the O-ring is going to sit. And onto the O-ring itself. Now we're just going to reinstall for jet directional. So now it's just hard to line up everything together. Just line up everything, start your boat. Don't worry about connecting any of the cable right now. The only part that you have to worry about is this part on top here. That's all the cable into the casing here, and then we can put the holder and our cutter pin and then tighten those both. Can put your piece in and make sure that you always use a brand new cutter pin. Whenever you're doing something, never use an old one, because after you bend them one way, it's always dangerous that they snap if you rebend them another way. Make sure that you always tighten both like this on an angle, not too fast. Make them touch first, and then go and make the other ones touch before you start actually putting some torque to them. It lets everything sit properly. Now we can just rehook our cable. So do the jet one first. Again, this takes a 10mm socket. Perfect. Now we can hook this one. So this one you'll have to move the bucket to line it up. All there's left to do is go and try it up in the lake and see if we get top speed again and see if the vibration left. Well, everything seems to be running smoothly with the jet now. This is the strain you should have out of those jet pumps. Now that we replace the wear ring, the shake is gone, the boat got top speed. We're able to wakeboard, pull tube, have lots of fun with this boat. If you're interested in lots of do-it-yourself repairs, doesn't matter if it's from boat to pickup truck or cars or tool review, then consider subscribing.